What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. Today we'll be talking about ticker symbol PLTR. We're going to cover it on the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame, and this will be in anticipation of tomorrow's trading day, April 29th. The huge thing that I want to say is that Palantir announced today that its earnings call is going to be on May 11th, Tuesday, 2021, and we're going to be hearing about their earnings at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So they're going to report before the market opens. This is actually rather huge for the stock. So hopefully Palantir can deliver on their earnings, because really right now Palantir is definitely under a lot of scrutiny because Wall Street does not understand what the company is exactly doing. And when they had their double click event, it wasn't best portrayed, and a lot of people didn't understand what Palantir can do for them. So their earnings is definitely going to be looked at very critically by Wall Street. So if anything is a miss pretty much on this stock, I can guarantee you we're probably moving to the downside. But if Palantir smashes earnings in every single thing, we could probably see the upside, and hopefully we see $30. But before we dive into the chart and all that kind of stuff, if you guys can, do me a favor, drop a like down on this video, hit that subscribe button, and make sure that you ring that bell for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps me reach more people here on YouTube and really helps my videos get out there. I'm still a small growing channel, so it really helps when you guys do subscribe to the channel and like the video and drop a comment down below, no matter how silly it could be, kind of thing. So let's go ahead and cover the charts over here in Webull. And pretty much for the day, Palantir traded, I'm just going to say we pretty much traded flat. We did definitely do a good bit of consolidation, which is not necessarily a bad thing. The only thing that I really want to point out that I don't like is here in the morning, we were trading around 2380, and then we dropped all the way down to essentially 2350 and broke through this level of support for a little bit, reclaimed it, and then broke through it again, and then reclaimed it. We tested it. We broke it here on open, and then we ripped all the way upwards, and we didn't see it for the rest of the day. We pretty much traded right around 2380. We touched it several times today. We broke it several times. We tested it as resistance and support, which is really good for the stock. Overall, though, we did trade pretty much below the VWAP, which stands for the volume weighted average price. So if you did buy a share of Palantir today, you more than likely didn't make money off of it, kind of thing. Unless if you bought it in the pre-market here, then you made money off of it. But aside from that, you more than likely didn't. But the huge thing is we want to take a look at the RSI. The RSI is sitting here at 61 in the after hours. And then we do technically have a bullish indicator here at the very end of after hours. It is currently 8:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so the market is closed for the day. So hopping out to the 5-minute time frame, really Palantir was on a really nice rip, and then we had a down day yesterday, and then we pretty much, I'm going to call it a flat day. Yes, we were technically red. We didn't finish white, which would be flat for the whole entire day, but it's not a bad thing. We really closed at 2387 in the after hours, so that is good. We did make up 2 pennies, so we're really only down 1 penny for the day from our close, so we pretty much consolidated flat, which is good for the stock. We definitely need a little bit of consolidation to help cool off and reset some of the indicators. So here on the 5-day time frame, we're sitting at 6091 on the RSI. Remember, the RSI is on a scale of essentially 0 to 100, and anything between 30 and 70 is considered normal, within the normal range. 50 is often referred to as neutral, so you're pretty much sitting neutral within the RSI. You're not on the upper end or the lower end of it. Anything below 30 on the RSI is considered oversold, and anything above 70 is considered overbought on the RSI. So keep that in mind. It's just one of the things with the RSI, and that's pretty much how they explain the RSI helps indicate the stock's price movement. The huge thing down here is to take a look at the MACD. Now, what the MACD does is it helps us look at volatility. It also helps us look at are we being bullish, or are we kind of being bearish? If the MACD is above the signal, we are in bullish territory. If the signal is above the MACD, then we are in bearish territory. If we're trading above the equilibrium, that's often normally a sign of very bullish territory. If we're trading below the equilibrium, it's a little bit of a bearish it's considered bearish, but we do have crossovers below the equilibrium, and then we often see that bullish momentum carry us up and over kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. If I did get that wrong, please let me know down in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure that's the correct term. The huge thing I want to do is I'm going to hop out here to the 1 month time frame. And on the 1 month time frame, this really gives us a good macro perspective. I'm going to hop out to the day time frame too, because that really will help us understand the stock. But as you can see, Palantir has really just been swinging from essentially $20 to $26 in the past month. And we did have our double click event here on April 14th. We had essentially the double click sell off is what I'm going to call it, because double click did not go well for Palantir. And really, the company is still misunderstood by Wall Street. So we sold essentially all the way down to our low of 21-24-ish. And then we had a nice rip up, and we've reclaimed a lot of it because this teardown was really overdone. It was overextended, and we needed to bring ourselves back up because we were trading essentially between $22.80 and like $24 for a long period of time. That's really where Palantir seems to be comfortable, and that's exactly where we're trading now. And the huge thing to highlight here on this 1 month time frame is our RSI is sitting here at 53.78, so we're a hair above neutral. We do have a bullish indicator here on the MACD, which is good. We are below the equilibrium, but we are headed above the equilibrium, which is a good sign. Now, the 3 moving averages I have highlighted here, the moving average 20 is in pink, the moving average 60 is in purple, and then the moving average 120 is in lime green. These 3 moving averages indicate 3 different time periods, the 20-day, 60-day, and 120-day movement of the stock. Now, these are not future indicators, these are past indicators kind of thing. But the huge thing is when we break above, let's say, one of these moving averages, it helps the stock become a little bit more bullish, because that means in the past 60 days, now we're actually trading above what we were in the past 60 days, which is a bullish maneuver. So whenever you hear that we're breaking above the moving average 60, that is definitely a very bullish maneuver. If we break above the moving average 120, that's definitely a very bullish maneuver kind of thing. So let's hop out here to the day time frame. Personally, this is my favorite time frame. They'll really look at a stock. Our RSI sitting here at 51.28, so just a hair, like I said, above neutral. We do have this bullish crossover here. We're headed towards the equilibrium and crossing over it, which is bullish confirmation. The huge thing is we have a nice little trend line that we have going here. So we have our low here on the 20th, which was around the bottom of double click. And then we've been moving essentially in a very upwards direction ever since. So I'm going to extend this out as far as I can. And the huge thing is when I'm drawing these trend lines, I want to make sure that I'm connecting 3 points. If I can connect 3 points, I can say that this is definitely a very valid line of support, and we're riding along this trend line. So the fact that I connected right here, we have this candle touching here, we have this one touching here, and then we have today's candle touching. Validates that this is a good trend line. Now keep in mind, technical analysis isn't like an exact thing. It's more of an art kind of thing in understanding the movement of a stock and where the pick out flags and trend lines and all that kind of stuff. So easily tomorrow we could have a little bit of red trend line. We could have a red day, break below this trend line. I could move the trend line down, and then we still have 3 touching points. So just keep that in mind. It's more of an art. It's not an exact science. It's not an exact thing to go by. We have to do this X and O kind of thing. There is some gray area to it. But really here on the day chart, we have a bullish MACD. We have the RSI sitting at neutral. And then we're trading above only the 20-day moving average. So that is good, but we do have the 120-day sitting at $25.20. And then we have the 60-day actually above that at $25.65. So if I wanted to say, what are our targets for tomorrow? The first thing I'm going to say is, can we hold 2380? Because this morning we did break it. We can hold 2380 as support. That is good. The next move I would be looking at is moving up to 2433. That is definitely a level of resistance that we saw on Tuesday, that we were definitely testing out a little bit during the day. So keep that in mind. Now, the huge thing is, if we can break above 2433, then the next thing that we're going to be looking at is the moving average 120, which is sitting at 2520. It's a very large move to make in one day, but it's not out of the realm for Palantir. Right before double click, we had an absolutely massive candle that topped here at 26.38, and the bottom of it was at 23.11. So we had a $3 price movement. So it is definitely in the realm of possibilities for us to test the moving average 120 tomorrow. But the huge thing that I'm going to be looking for is us to just continue this respecting this ascending level of support in this trend line. We can continue respecting that. We're still headed in the right direction on a macro point of view from my perspective. So it's really going to be what I'm looking at. Now, for the bear case scenario, if things go absolutely haywire tomorrow and everything goes to, pardon my language, hell in a handbasket kind of thing, then we break down below 2380. The next line that I'm going to be looking at is 2350. And we hold ourselves at 2350. We can't. 2280 is going to be the next point that I'm looking at. I can't really see us having a bearish day considering today the Fed spoke, said that they're not raising interest rates and all that kind of stuff. So we should definitely see a very bullish day tomorrow in the market. So keep that in mind. Unless if President Biden says something tonight during his State of the Union address that just completely flips the stock market on its end. Who knows kind of thing. But that's really what I got for you guys today. If you guys can, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And then also make sure that you turn on notifications by ringing that bell. Also, if you do like this trading platform that I have and been using to do all my charting, it's called Webull. You do get 2 free stocks when you join Webull. And one of those free stocks you get when your account's approved. And then you get another when you deposit $100 on the platform. And those 2 free stocks can be valued anywhere between $8 and $1,600. And then additionally, since you used my referral code, I do get a free stock as well, which is a great way to support the channel. But if you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything like that, just drop it down in the comment section. I do the best to respond to all my comments on my channel. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.